Hi there and welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate every one of you. Today, it's nearly Christmas. 10 days from Christmas. So we are making Christmas ornaments like this. You can join me and make this. I teach you how to make one. And these are just like 5 variations that I did. That is a guinea fowl feather in green. You can buy it like that at your local store. This one's my favorite. I call it the Grinch. Listen, it sounds like Christmas. See? Like that. Some have stuffing inside. Oh, this one actually has 2 bows, 2 loops that goes up like that. See? It's very easy. This was a trick to work with this eyelash yarn, but we figured it out. And then this one, I even put a bow on the inside. You see, I'm not good with bows, but I did this one on camera to show you how I'm not good with bows. I love this. This one, look, this one is also one of those. There's some of them have a little foamolite ball on the inside, and some have just plain old stuffing. So you can just choose what you want to put on the inside. So if you're in the mood to make a quick, I made at least 6 in one day. And it didn't take a day. I mean, this, how long does it take? Because I'm going to show you how to make half, and you will attach the other half. So I just cracked out, make a lot of halves, half, 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 and then you join them, green half and a red half, or 2 greens or 2 reds, or just take your pick. So you want to do this? Join me and let's get going. Let's just go through what we used for this tutorial. I used this Charity, which is your go-to double knit, and it is 100% acrylic, 4mm hook, 100 grams. You won't need more than one ball of 100 grams unless you're making a lot of Christmas balls. This one says emerald. The color is emerald. It looks as green as grass to my eye, but on the camera it looks definitely a shade darker. So, and then I have a deep red, which on the camera totally blows out. So I could not use this on camera. I had to use the green because you cannot even differentiate the colors. It's blood red, and the color name is actually wine, which should give you an indication of how dark red it is. Real blood red Christmas, not this orangey red that you see here. But that's the one I used. And then for our what I call Grinch ball, we use also the Charity, and this one's color is called olive. Now, what? A green olive. I thought olive is darker. A olive yarn color is usually darker, but this went lovely with our eyelash yarn. So let's just get that. That is Yarn Bee Gilt Eyelash Key Lime, referring to our color. And it shows on here that this lady is wearing a scarf made in this yarn, but I can't imagine wearing this next to my skin. And 85 grams, 102 meters. They say 8mm crochet hook. I used the 3.5. And of course with this as well, even with the charities that I showed you, it says a 4mm hook. I used the 3.5 because what we're going to make is equal to amigurumi, What's this one's color? It's yarn B as well. Curled eyelash. Color is Moonlight. Lovely silver tinsel is what it looks like. Made in Turkey, but it's available on hobbylobby.com. Yes, so that is what we used as far as making our Christmas ornaments. You need a pair of scissors and you need a yarn needle. I could not have done it without one stitch marker. You just need one stitch marker, and preferably this type that just slides in. My 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. You know, this is the hook that I prefer. Now, that was for the balls. But now we had to decorate the balls. And what I used was, first you have to stuff it. So I used, let's just get this out of the way. I used Foamolite balls, and it says 60 millimeters diameter. 3 pieces per little container, and I bought this at P&A. Everything that I needed to decorate these Christmas ornaments I bought at our local stationer, P&A, in South Africa. So there you go. This is what I used, and I'm just going to put that up there. So you could either fill the ball with that or with stuffing, good old stuffing. And here in South Africa, we just get it in little no-name brand bags. See, that's how we buy it. So that's all you need to buy, a little bag of stuffing. So that's what I used. So now once it's stuffed, once the ball was stuffed and it was put together, I needed some fabric glue. Okay, the fabric glue you used just before you put it together, because it has to hang on a little loop. And yes, then another thing that we used, I'm just going to show you everything that we used. This is called flower beads, but I would use it as a stopper, sort of, because I would thread, I would have two, one on this side and one on this side, so that once I've made my half, it doesn't, my little ribbon that it hangs onto doesn't come out of my Christmas ornament. It stays inside. And I would use a bit of glue, but you'll see that in the tutorial. But this is what I used. And you get it in a packet like this. And yes, also bought at P&A. Then I used some little bells. There you go. Sounds like Christmas. It says bells, round, 12 millimeter gold. Oh, that's, yeah. Only used, I think, 4 or 6 of those. Then I used ribbon. It says lace assorted. Just says lace assorted. But it's just plain ribbon like this. I love this. You put it around the center of this ball and it hangs down. Beautifully decorates a Christmas ornament. And I used this in this green and in this red. So that is what I used. So let's just do this so it can stick together while it's lying there. Then I used some colorful assorted colors, round bells, it says. And there again it says bells round 14 millimeters by 5, because there was only 5 in here. Now obviously we've used 2, but this is what it looks like. That's lovely. Then I've used guinea fowl feathers, it says. Now it looks like this in the packet. Green. Lovely green guinea fowl feathers, and I would put that on the top of my little Christmas ball. But you can use anything. I'm just showing you what I used. Then I used a little, this is like, see, I've got nearly nothing left. It's like wire. And if you're familiar with threading beads onto yarn, you might be using this. And my daughter actually showed me how to do this. You just take a little piece and fold it into two, and it looks like a needle. Now you will see me using this in the tutorial, but this I call our little MacGyver. So that's what we used as well, and I've shown you how we used this. And what else is there left? I used some of this ribbon to make a bow on top of one of the balls. That was lovely. I love this green. And let's just see. I just want to put a little needle in, little pin in to keep it like that. Then I used this thin, oh no, come. This thin, what is it? Also ribbon, but it's very thin. For my bauble or Christmas ball to hang onto the tree. So that is what I would use to thread through those little flowers I showed you. Anyway, so that was that. And I can't think of anything else that I've now missed. But the point is I'm going to show you how to make the ball. You can even decide if you want to use stuffing or if you want to use that little foamolite ball. And you're just basically going to decorate it the way that you prefer. So that is about it. Really looks Christmassy. So let's get going. There is one thing I forgot, and that is the Liberty bells. 16 millimeters, 5 times 5. This is what it looks like. Beautiful. That's the last thing that I used. And yes, there isn't anything else. So let's get started. So we're going to start with a slip knot like this, and then we're going to make 2 chains like this, and 1 and 2. Then we are going to make 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 single crochets, and then I'm going to do a slip stitch in the top of that single crochet like this, and 1 chain up. Now we are going to make 2 single crochets in each one of these. So there we go. There's the first one, and it is, because we want 12, 1, but I need my stitch marker. There we go. I definitely can't do this without a stitch marker. Now we have 6 single crochets. In the next round we're going to do 2 single crochets in every 1 single crochet, so we're doubling our stitches. So it's 2, and then again 2. So it's the 3rd and the 4th, 5 and 6. 2 single crochets in each of the previous ones. 7 and 8. 9 and 10. 11 and 12. Now let's just count this. Obviously here where I'm yanking on this stitch marker is my first stitch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's the 12 that we need. Now to make it easier, I yank a little bit more, then take it out so you can see, I can clearly see where my hook should go in, and I make a slip stitch. And I'm going to chain up to go up 1. Now in round 3 we are going to, I call it a rhythm. We have 12 stitches, we want 18. So we're going to go 1 single crochet, and in the next one 2 single crochets. 1, 2. So how I remember it is I count 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. Every time I say the word and, I know that 2 and 3 is in the same stitch. So it's 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. So let's do that. We've gone up 1. Now it is 1 single crochet and immediately stitch marker. There we go. And 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3 in the same. 2 and 3 is every time in the same. In this round, 1, 2 and 3. There we go. 2 and 3 in the same stitch. Now let's just count. We need 18. So where I'm yanking is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've got 18. Now we need to connect. Yank, yank, yank. And pull it out. And join with a slip stitch. One chain up. Now what we need is 24. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Everything's done in single crochet. So this is what we're going to do. In the next chain, in the next stitch, 1 single crochet. So it's 1 single crochet in that stitch. Wait. Let's just grab our... I nearly forgot. 1. So that's 1. We've made our first one. 2, 3 and 4. So remember 3 and 4. Every time you say and, you know they belong in the same stitch. So 1 single crochet, and in the next one, second single crochet, and in the next one, number 3 and number 4, 2 in the same. Again, 1, 2, 3 and 4 single crochet, another single crochet, 1, and another one in the next stitch, 2, and 3 and 4 in the same stitch, 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in the same, 3 and 4. Now 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So let's just count and see if we have what we should have. So yank, yank, that's our first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we have 24. Yank, 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 so that I can see exactly where my hook should go in. And I make a slip stitch and 1 chain up. Now we're going to go 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 and 5 is a double. So you're going to go in the next 3 stitches 1, and in the 4th one a double. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we need 30. So we're going to increase 6. There we go. 1, and immediately grab that stitch marker. I can't do it without this stitch marker. 1, 2, 3. Now 4 and 5 is in the same. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 is in the same. So you can see it's starting to buckle. Great. So just continue. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 1 single crochet in each, 4 and 5 in the same, and just continue, and then I see you back at the stitch marker. Okay, so let's just count and yank. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Yes, it is great when things work out. So, yank. You see, when I yank it, you can see there clearly, I can see where my hook must go in. And make a slip stitch. 1 chain up to get to the next round. Now we want 36 stitches, so we're going to increase in 6. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, a single crochet in each. 5 and 6 is a double, 2 crochets in 1. There we go. So 1, and immediately grab that. There we go. Put it in. I can't do it without it. 1, and another single crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6. 5 and 6. Come on, don't split on me. Do not split. 5. No, it wants to split. Don't want it to split. Do not split on me. 5 and 6 is in the same. 1 single crochet, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 is in the same. See? Now you're going to continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is in the same. So I'll see you back here. There we go. Let's count. See, it's starting to buckle. Really lovely. Yank. Turn it out that way so I can count. Yank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Fantastic. Now yank, yank, and I know exactly where it should go in, right there. There you go. And fantastic, 36 stitches. Now the next 3 rounds is 1 single crochet in each stitch. So we're not going to increase, we're just going to work up 3 rows. Row 7, row 8, row 9. So in the next stitch, 1 single crochet, and I am going to count every one because I tell you I had to pull it out, frog it 5 times before I could do this tutorial. It just didn't work out. So I am, and especially working with this dark green, with the red totally blows out. You see, you can't even, I did a tutorial in the red and I had to redo it in the green because you can't make out the red. You just can't make it out on the camera. I mean, yes. So there we go. Now it's going to be 1 single crochet in each. Sorry if I'm off camera. Let me just get some more yarn. 1 single crochet in each stitch. This is worked. This yarn is double knit. It's supposed to be worked with a 4mm hook, but because I want it nice and tight, you can see this is lovely and tight. You can hardly see anything through it. And that's what I want. And real amigurumi. I mean, I haven't done anything in amigurumi for many years. I think at least 7 years. Just quick calculation. And yes, so it's been a long time. So this feels like amigurumi. But we are making a lovely Christmas bauble or ball, or don't know what you call it. If you go on Pinterest, you will find the same thing under bauble. You'll find the same thing under ball, Christmas decoration. Anyway, so it's 1 single crochet in every one in this round. I want to say round number 7. Okay, so I'll just see you back at the start. Let's just count. Yank, yank, yank. That's our first one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Great. Next round. Just connect with a slip stitch and 1 chain up, and again 1 in every one. Do my first one, put in the stitch marker so I know where my first stitch is, and we're going around again. 1 in, don't slip out, 1 single crochet in every single crochet. We are creating 2 halves which we will attach together to make 1 ball. But it's easier, I find, to make 2 halves because you only have to remember one, like this, the increase, and it's row 7, 8, and 9 is the same. So it's only the first 6 rounds that you have to remember, and then you can, it becomes mindless. So if you're going to make a few, you just remember your first 6 rounds. 7, 8, and 9 is the same, and end off, make another half and continue. See, so it's very little to remember. If you make the whole ball, then you have to remember how many, up to, say, for instance, row 6, 7, 8, and 9, the same. Then you have to decrease again, and no. So we're not doing that. I find this much easier to do. Okay, so I see you again at the start. I'm going to count because, why do I count? Even if I know that we haven't increased, is to make sure that I have the same amount of stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. We are on our last round 9. So let's do it like this. Yank, yank, so I can see where you are. There you go. And make a slip stitch, 1 chain up, and 1 single crochet in every stitch. Let's just do that. Cannot do this without my stitch marker, because I really wouldn't be able to see where I start and stop. I'll be able to miss it very easily. Okay, so do your last round, 1 single crochet in every 1 single crochet, and there you go. I'll see you at the end of this round. It's forming a nice little ball. So let's just count for the very last time. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Hey, no somersaults here. It's not gymnastics. There we go. Yank, yank, so that I know exactly where to put it in. And I'm going to make my slip stitch. And that is the, I'll leave a long end. This is the end of my half. We are making halves. Eventually it becomes a whole like this. Lovely, 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 lovely. So where my end is the wrong side, so that will be the inside. Now I need to go make another one, and I can now just start getting creative. I want to put this ball inside. It looks too big. It's not too big, okay? You'll see when we sew it together, we put everything on it. This is the ball that, let me quickly just get it for you. This is the ball, Foamolite balls, 60 millimeters diameter. So 6 centimeters diameter. 3 pieces, 3 per packet. Lovely. And you can buy as many packets as you want. Now I can make, we can get creative now, right? But you can make half of it red, half of it green, or you can make your other half green as well. I'm going to make a few that have both halves green because I want the entire ball to be green. Then I'm going to make a few that is totally red. Then I'm going to mix it up a bit. So make a few. I don't know how many you want to make. And we are going to make some that has this foamolite on the inside. And we are going to make some that has this good old stuffing on the inside. So I'm going to show you how to do that too. That's our choice. Our two options is either good old stuffing on the inside or a foamolite little ball on the inside. Not a little ball, it just suits this amount of stitches. Remember I said I had to pull it out 5 times to get to the right sizing. Okay, so that looks gorgeous. You can't even see any white on the inside. Okay, so go and make however many you want to make, and then I see you back here. I'm going to use this charity double knit go-to yarn in the color olive. It says there. Well, to me olive is a lot darker. This looks quite bright green on the screen, just so that you can see better what I'm doing. And I'm going to make 1/2 working in the back loop because we want to attach this yarn, which is Yarn Bee Gilt Eyelash Key Lime. But when I try and work with this, I definitely can't see where I'm going. No, so maybe if you're knitting, but if you're crocheting, nope. So I'm going to create a base for this. So let's just show you how we're going to do that. So we're going to make a slip knot like this with my 3.5mm hook. I should be using a 4, but I want a nice tight half. I want a tight Christmas ornament, no, a dense Christmas ornament. Okay, so we're making 2 chains, 1 and 2 chains. Now you know that your 2 chains are like 2 V's. So in the second stitch from the hook, you make 6 single crochets. So that's in that bottom V. So just like that, 6 single crochets. And that is, I'm just going to hold it like this so I can see what's going on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Now, this is what I did so that I know where to put my hook in. I counted. Just use my yarn needle. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I counted backwards because I know the one I just made is number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1. Otherwise, I might doubt where to put my hook in. So I'm going to put my hook through both loops and make a slip stitch like this. We have 9 rounds to do. This is the end of round 1. Now chain up for the next round, and for this little Grinch ball, I'm going to call it a Grinch ball because we all know this is more or less the color of the Grinch. He's got hair like this, so I'm just going to call it the Grinch ball. For the Grinch ball, we work in the back loop. So now we have 6 single crochets. We need to double it to 12 single crochets, but we're going to work in the back loop. So there we go. And it is 1, and I'm going to use a stitch marker because with single crochets, I cannot do this without a stitch marker. Otherwise, I just go right over it. If you're using double crochets, then obviously you've got a definite end. So there we go. 1, and 2 in the back loop, single crochets, and there is my V, and I'm choosing the back loop, not through both, the back loop. That's 1 and 2, so now we've got 4, and there we go, 5 and 6, and in the next one, in the back loop, 7 and 8 in the same one, and in that V in the back loop, 9 and 10, and in our last one, fold it this way so we can see clearly, 11 and 12. Now you see, to me it's difficult to see, if I didn't have the stitch marker, where I might be tempted to put my hook in there, which would be incorrect. So now I'm just going to go there, through both, not in the back loop, through both, because I'm just connecting it. So second round done, starting round 3, 1 chain up. So we're going to do 1, 2 and 3. That's our rhythm. So in the back loop of round 3, it's going to be 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. So one single crochet in the back loop, and before we continue, quickly put the stitch marker in the next back loop, stitch back loop, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. In the next one, 1, in the next one, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. In the next one, 1, in the next one, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. So 2 and 3, you see now, means 2 in the same stitch. 1, 2 and 3. 1, 2 and 3 in the next one. 1, 2 and 3. Now we need to have 18 stitches. So we can just count, and I'm going to count from there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and this is 18. So we're just going to do a slip stitch to connect through both, not through the back loop, and I'm going to yank, 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 because that thing clearly shows me where I can put my hook in. Just a little slip stitch and chain 1 to go up. End of round 3. Round 4, it's going to be 1, 2, 3 and 4. That's our rhythm. So in that next back loop of the next single crochet, top of the next single crochet, I'm going to make 1 single crochet, and I'm going to put my stitch marker in immediately. So now this is round 4, and our rhythm is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So it's 1 single crochet, and then the next one, 1 single crochet, in the next one, 3 and 4. So we've done 1, 2, now it's 3 and 4 in the same. So that's how I find it easy to have this rhythm. And it's 1, 2, and in the next one, 3 and 4 in the same stitch. Everything worked in the back loop. 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the same. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 in the same. You can see it's forming a nice, our Christmas ball ornament is coming on. 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the same. 1, 2, and there. 3 and 4 in the same. So the pattern works out. So just stop right there. Now we're going to count, and we need 24 stitches. So let's count from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. Great stuff. End of round 4. Start of round 5. So how do we end this? Yank, yank, and go right through both loops, not through the back loop, and make a slip stitch. 1 chain up. And now our rhythm is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it's 1 single crochet. We're doing the entire thing in single crochets. 1, quickly grab that stitch marker. 1, like this, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5 is in the same. 1, everything worked in the back loop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 and 5 is made in the same stitch, in the same hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is made in the same hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is made in the same hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the same hole. Still working everything in the back loop. And our last 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is in the same. Now we need to have 30 stitches. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30 is our stitch marker. So there we go. Now we're going to yank, yank, yank. I'm just yanking so that it sort of lifts up. Push through with my hook and make a slip stitch. There we go. And one chain up. Now we need to do our last increase, which is 1 single crochet. Our rhythm is going to be 1. Put the stitch marker in the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is in the same. Working in the back loop, 5 and 6 is in the same. 1, 2, 3. Let me just get some more yarn. 4, 5 and 6 is in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is in the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is in the same. So much easier if you have this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. I find I still can't watch a movie that I have to pay attention to because I'm counting. If you lose count, that's 3, 4, 5 and 6. I told you I had to pull out or frog at least 5 times. So I hate that. So rather, we only have 9 rounds and you're only increasing in the first 6. So rather keep your wits about you and do it like that. Single, and we just did a little slip stitch there. But let's count. We need to have 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. There we go. Now row round, not row. 7, 8 and 9 is even. We are not increasing. We are simply going to work 3 rounds. But I still need my 3 rounds in the back as well. So after my first single crochet, put in stitch marker. That's my first round, and I'm just going to count now. 36. So I've done my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, working in the back loop, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36. Yankee yank. There we go. Now do another 2 rounds even, just 36 stitches all around. So you had to do another 2 rounds, and this is round 9. So let's just count quickly because we still need to be at 36. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, and 36 is here on our little. So there we go. This is our 9 rounds. So let's just go through both, make a slip stitch like that, and leave a little tail, not a little tail, a significant tail. So now I just want to share something else, and that is that when I made the last 3 rounds, I often found that I wasn't sure, is there still 1 round to go or 2, or because there wasn't any increase. So this is how I just counted. You see, if you're working in the back loop, you've got ridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ridges. There's a little ridge. So if there's 9 ridges, I've reached the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that counts as a ridge. 9. And then I know I've done the right amount of rounds. I want to say rows every time, but it's rounds. So here is the inside, which is the wrong side, because we want to add little Grinch here to the outside of this, but I need to get hold of something because I can't see where I'm going if I've got this, only this. So this is half a ball. Now you need to make, if you want the entire ball to be Grinch-like, you can make more of these, or if you want to make more halves, go and make more halves, and then I see you again right here. Okay, so the next step is, before we can attach these 2 halves, I need to attach to this piece of ribbon that my bauble or ball will hang on onto the tree. I need to attach that to my half. So let's do it like this. You take your piece of ribbon like this, and let's see how long this is. Fold it in half. It is 5 and a bit inches, or what? Let's just quickly see how long this is. 14 centimeters. So it's 28 centimeters in length. Fold it in half. I'm going to make a knot here, just like this. And the knot, I want it to be as close as possible to the end. So like this. I'm just going to maneuver it down, down, so that there's a lot of space left. Like that. Okay. So now I'm going to use a piece of wire. Let me call it wire. If you've threaded beads, you definitely familiar with this method. It's a piece of thin wire. I've only got a little bit left on my little bauble. So there, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use 2 of these flower. It says beads, flower beads. I'm just going to use 2 of those. And there's one. Some of them are broken, so I'm just going to use those that there's nothing wrong with. And I'm going to go through the center of this thing, this little bead, and thread my ribbon through there like this. There we go. Now to go through the center of our little half, and I know that this color is so bad on camera because it totally blows out, but now I did the tutorial in green, but I wanted to show you in red. Now I turn another one on this side, so I'm going through it again like that. Like that. See how beautiful that looks? There we go. So I'm just going to put this to one side. I'm going to use it again. Now I want some fabric glue on the inside because I want everything to stay together. Not too much glue, just a little bit around. And put the little lid on again. And where is my... Now I don't need this. Not now, I don't need it. So I'm just going to tuck it away inside. And then this is my other half. In goes my little foamolite ball. And there is my other half. Now for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to use green yarn to show you how to just fasten this together or sew it together, because it doesn't matter, because we won't see the yarn anyway, because I'm going to be using the fabric glue to paste over this a ribbon. Hey, come on, there we go. Let's just do that. I can just make a knot. Let's just make a knot. Keep it together. This doesn't have to be super neat. It's going to be neat because I'm going to tuck that away, but it doesn't have to be super neat because you won't see it in the end product. You won't see it like that. Let's just do that. So you're just going to take the corresponding stitches and work it together like that. Now obviously, if it's not in front of the camera, I'm doing it in red, but this red is definitely not camera friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and do this right around, and then I will meet you on the other side. Okay, once I've completed this, I'll meet you on the other side. There we go. So I have finished sewing that together in green for your benefit. So now I'm going to attach a piece of this ribbon, and it just says lace ribbon. Just cut that piece off there. So this, let me just see how long this is. Let me just get the measuring tape. This is 9 inches or 23 centimeters. And we are going to glue it onto this. So I put the glue on the ribbon. To me, that was easier. Let me just move this camera. There we go. So what I did was just like a T. So I'm going to make a little stripe there. And then I'm going to just make a little stripe down the center. There we go. Focus, 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 and stop. No messy stuff, nothing. Where's the little lid? Screw it on, put it away. Now for the moment of truth. What I did was I turned it like this. So let's turn it like this. This works better for me to turn it. And now I'm just going to like roll it so that I can see. So now with our green, we know exactly where the center is. Like that. Just laying it on there, taking it, and it's right. It's going to be see-through once it's dry, so that's okay. And let's just go around this way. Careful. And picking it up here. And on our little, there we go. Slightly. Now this must, what I did is I actually hung it up so it could dry properly overnight. And then I can cut off whatever needs to be cut off. Let me move this camera. There we go. So now I'm just going to cut this off, but I can just leave. I'm not even going to touch anything here that's not right now. The important thing is that everything is glued where it should be glued. It is glued around the center there. Now, I just want to hang it like this on my one hand. What I want to do is, you can hang it onto something. And I want to take out one of these little bells. It's called a Liberty Bell. There we go. Liberty Bell. And 16 millimeters by 5. There it is. I'm going to take out one. Just take out one. Just one. I just need one. And I'm going to thread this. Remember how we put this little loop through and through this, through the little loop that was hanging around the tree and through the top of this bell, because I want that little bell to hang around there. And then let me put that away. Then I want 2 of these feathers, guinea fowl feathers, green, which is lovely on our red Christmas ornament. Just 2. I need 2. 1. Lovely. And I want one that looks good. There's a second one that looks good. The other one's bent. Okay, so now what I want to do is remember we have glue on the inside here. So I'm just going to pick a stitch whether like so next to that. Let me just hold this in a better way. More grip. More grip. Like that. Just popping it in there. Turning it around. Taking my other feather. Just getting another opposite that. There we go. And popping it in. Come, come, come. Where are you? I want to get a hold. There we go. So that is just going to stand like that. Now I can turn one around so that it's sort of, I can turn it around so it sort of points down, not all the way up, but that is the finished product. Now let me show you one that I've done that is already dry. This one's dry already, so I can manhandle it. So there is the little bell, my 2 feathers, and I've got my little stopper. Let me just hang the other one up because that one needs to dry now. But this one was done exactly the same. So I've got my little stopper there, and I've got my 2 feathers and my little bell. It's going to hang on the tree, and there we go. Our little, that is stuck there, you see, glued, and you can't see the glue because it becomes like see-through. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See, so that's one. Now you can go ahead, and I'm going to make a few that is red on top, green at the bottom, and let's see what we can come up with. I'll show you what I've done, and you go and make some more. Now I have already done the same as we did with the previous one, just with a green ribbon that I've threaded through in the same way. Now this one I want to use stuffing to make a ball. So and I want to use our eyelash yarn. What is that called again? Let me just grab it. Gilt eyelash key lime color from Yarn Bee. I want to use that to create this nice edging. So what I'm going to do is make a slip knot, and I'm using my 3.5 millimeter hook, and I'm just going to single crochet these 2 together up to a certain point, like this and this. I can turn this one slightly like this just so that it's easier to manipulate. You can pick any stitch, and it might be a bit difficult to see. Work it like that through this. You can see what I've done there. Through one, through another one, and I'm doing I want to do a single crochet. You can see with this yarn it's very difficult to see what you're doing. There we go. So that's why I'm only going to use it like this. See, like that. And this is the single crochet method we use when I want to crochet granny squares together. It's a joining method. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to go on for a while. You can see this is very difficult to see as a tutorial, and for me, you must be careful. And I think the secret here is to work not very tight. If you work too tight, life becomes impossible. See, like that. So through and pull the yarn through to this side. Now why doesn't it, so I'm just going to do one and do one. Come on. Like that. Yarn over and pull through like a single crochet, which is difficult to see, but I want you to see what I battle with so that you can see whether you want to do it like this, or is it just better to buy a piece of ribbon and stick it on the side. So like that. So now you get it. It's a perfectly same joining method that you would do for joining two squares. Just a single crochet joining method. Putting it in on this side. Come closer. Putting it in on that side, on the corresponding side. Just pulling it through. And if it's difficult, just take one at a time. Like that. And yarn over and pull through both. Like that. And then again. Through through that one and through that one. Yarn through and through. Yarn over. And if this stitch is not too tight, then it's not a problem getting through it and through. So sorry for nearly going off camera there. Let me just do it on camera. My apologies. See, it's all the concentration. Through both, yarn over, pull it through the first one, pull it through the second one. I say if this one is not too tight, then it is quite easy to go through both. And for the last time on camera, and then I'm going to continue 3/4 of the way, yarn over and pull through and pull through. Right, so what's going to happen is that. Okay, so I'm going to continue about 3/4 of the way, and then we meet up. There we go. So I've gone 3/4 around. Now we are going to add some stuffing. I must say I find it's easier if I just wipe these eyelashes out of the way, that I can see the stitches to crochet. So let's just take some of this plain old stuffing, just plain old stuffing, and start stuffing our beautiful little Christmas ball. I want to make it nice and tight. Some more. There we go. Some more. and like that. Beautiful, beautiful. So it can be the foamolite ball or just plain old stuffing. You can fold this up any way you want to. I think this should probably do it. This is enough stuffing, I think, is it? Let's just see if it is. Like that, I think a little bit more. Like so. And a little bit more, like that. And a little bit like this. Let me just wiggle, 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 so that it is round, lovely and round. And tuck that little end away. Don't need to work in any ends here, which is fantastic. There we go. I think that is perfect. Now, where is my... There we go. Now let's see how easy or difficult this is going to prove to be. There we go, like that. Now, wipe those eyelashes so I can see. No pun intended. Through there and wipe those eyelashes, and I can see exactly where I need to be. Yarn over. Again, wipe the eyelashes away so you can see where you need to be. Wipe the eyelashes like that and like that. There we go. And I'm just going to squeeze it like this because then it loosens up the stitch, which makes it easier to pull through. And like this, wipe away the lash, put that hook through, wipe away the lash so we can see where we must go in, and there, yarn over, and I'm just going to push it together so that it's easier to wipe the lash away, just like that. So that, if that one is not too tight, if that one's tight, it's impossible to pull this hook through. But if there's a bit of room there, and then I go yarn over and I pull through, then I find that is quite possible and doable. So wipe the lashes away, go through, yarn over, pull through, and pull through. See to it that it's this one, the second one, the middle one of the three on the yarn, on the hook, must not be too tight. And then it's just much more doable to get through. And that is what I'm going to do. Continue doing. So I'm going to catch up with you a little bit further. I think I'm on my last stitch between all these eyelashes. That is what I see. Like that. Yarn over and then just wiggle, wiggle. I just wiggle it through now on this last one. Yarn over, and if the middle one's not too tight, it's doable. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm just going to cut off a piece like this. Come on. Brand new scissors. Why is it battling to cut? Is it this metallic? Let's just see. Because what I want to do is, well, I could have pulled the hook through, but let's just do this and do that I'm just making sure everything is worked in, and with all these eyelashes, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be what? I'm just going to go like this, in and out, and in and out right by that. Don't want to push my stuffing out like that, and then just pull it through. Ta-da! I think that is it, and I can cut it there. Don't have to cut it right down there, because, and now just give it a bit of shape because it's been squashed, so it should be round these, and just I'm just going to tuck on it a bit to make it stand out really quite a lot, just like that. So I think that is looking quite marvelous. Now I'm going to use this little piece of wire again and thread it through my ribbon on both sides like that, because I want to use a little golden Liberty Bell and put it on this. There we go. Lovely. Can you hear that? Jingle bells. Then remember, we have some glue on the inside. I want to use two of these guinea fowl, I nearly said peacock, guinea fowl feathers, and put them in like that, just down, going down, and one on this side, just on the opposite side, like this. Find a little hole and push in like that. There we go. And I want it to go lie down and not stand up in the air like with the other one. And I think there we go. That is our little second Christmas ornament ready for the tree. And it's unique because you made it. Beautiful. What I did with these two half balls, just cut that off, for instance, is I have put in the little loop that our ball hangs onto, but I did it double because I thought, let's just get creative. So it's got two loops and it will hang onto both loops like that, and it will look beautiful when it's done. Once it's done, but I did not use the flower that I used with the other one. You don't have to. If you don't have those little flowers, you can do what I've done in this one. I've used a broader, wider ribbon, and so all I did was I used that little piece of wire, and I made a knot like we did previously, and with put it on the little wire, pull it through that loop, and then turned it over, and I just added some fabric glue around it, and that I'm going to leave to dry till tomorrow. In the meantime, let's just continue with our Grinch ball. So we finished this half, and I'm going to attach it. I would like to attach it to a red half. So I'm just going to move that out of the way, totally out of the way. And what I did here was, this is how we're going to turn it into a Grinch ball. We take our eyelash yarn, and I'm just going to take some and cut it, then put it onto our yarn needle, whichever way you find easiest, and on the wrong side I'm just going to, I want to make a little knot just to secure it like this. And that's the thing with, hey, I nearly went too far. And make a little knot and another one, double knot to secure it. Now we're going to go through the center to the other side and turn it inside out, and we are going to turn this side into the Grinch. Beautiful green, and it's looking absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to pull it through like that. Now we are going to make use of these ridges that we see here. Beautiful ridges that we've created by working in the back loop. So I'm going to start. You can see we've got a little line forming here every time we've connected. So let's use that in with this eyelashy yarn. So I'm going to go there, and all I'm going to do is wait, do not go into a knot, please. And there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 stitches. Remember how we started? And that's all I'm going to do at first, is just work it. Then when we are done, we can pull it so that there, where's the next one? There. So that all the eyelashes show. There we go. Just, and I don't want to pull it, you know, if it was just normal yarn, you can go through like 3 stitches and then pull it. But I don't want to get tangled up with this lash yarn. Like that. No, please do not tangle in any way or shape or form. See, there we go. And I'm just going to work through all these. So I'm going to turn this entire, see how it lies actually nice and flat, but now I'm going to leave it like that. So now I'm going to go through that last one again, which is actually the first one. Okay, I've done one round. You see, there goes our little line. I'm going to follow that line so that I do not get lost. So there we go. Onto the second layer, because it's easy with all these lashes to get lost. I promise you. Because whatever I show you, I've done at least 4 times so that I am comfortable in doing it here with you. And I know what I battled with, and that is to be able to see the next stitch. But our ridges makes it easier, and then it helps to sort of wipe away the lashes so you can see the next stitch. It's like this. There we go. Come, come, come. Don't not. Just take it slowly. There we go. Now we just find the next one. We've gone through there. Now we need to go through there. And then through there. And then through there. And that's how we're going to work. Through there. Then through there. Then through there. All the way around. And I must tell you, when I did others, the mistakes I made was to go from one round, skip around and work in the next one, and then realize, oh my goodness, I've skipped one ridge. So you don't want to do that. So let me just see where I was. There. I need to be there. So let me, I'm on round 2 now. You know, my second crocheted round that I have crocheted. I'm working it. There we go. Wait. Just make sure where we must put the needle in. And then fold it over, otherwise. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Don't get entangled. There, like that. Just go slower. Slower is faster. Less frustration. There we go. And now just continue a little bit and I'll meet up again. So meet up again. So now remember, this is where our line goes, where we've been connecting, and that is my compass. Call it my compass. I'm going now to the next. That's the, you see now, I've nearly made a mistake. I'm just going to go there, because that stitch definitely needs to be done. And no, 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 do not take your turn in being worked. The point is just to see that every round is worked. All stitches is worked in every round. So now we're going down to the next one. So I'm going to go, that is where the next round is going, the next ridge. So I just simply go like this, down to the next ridge. And just slow is fast. Slow is fast. Like this. And there we go. Like that. And that's the next. Once you're in a row, a round, it's easy to follow. Well, definitely once you get past the first and the second round, the third round already has more stitches in it, and it's easier to follow. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. See? And then just do the second one. Let's do this. Any of you have been tempted to do this? Let's see what happens if I do it. And I've got this is what happens. Got to pull. It becomes too tight. See, so you can't do that. I've tried it, doesn't work. Does not work out well. One by one. So this is going to be ever so worth it, but a bit time consuming. But I'm sorry for knocking the camera here, but you can see clearly where we're putting in the needle. We're just working every stitch. Just that. That's what we're doing. Just picking up a stitch. And so grateful are we that there's only 9 rounds. But you can work all 9 rounds, or you can work 8 rounds, and then, like I want to do, is I want to put a ribbon around the center of this ball, definitely. So the one half is going to be Grinchy, and I want the other half to be red. I think a Grinchy half with a grass green half might even look good. I think even, you know, our eyelash, gilt eyelash, moonlight might even look nice with a white half with this worked in, and the other half either green or red. There's just so many things to do with just your green, your red, and white, and a bit of eyelash yarn. That is beautiful. Okay, so now you definitely get the idea of what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go, I'm nearly there. Okay? So I'm going to go there and meet you there. I'm at the end of this round, and remember the aim is that every stitch is worked. If every stitch in every round is worked, you've achieved your goal. So there's our little line. Now let's just go down one to the next ridge, which is here. Right? That is the ridge there. So I'm just going to go down like that and see that every single stitch like that and like that and like that is worked. And then I'm going to meet you at the end of this round. Okay, so now I'm checking at every round, everything's been done. Now, time to go to the next ridge. So I'm merely popping down. Nothing to be done, nothing to hide. Just, I don't know, take the stairs down, take the lift down, go to the level below. There we go. And just continue working, working, working. So I think you get it, what should be done now. It was a bit tricky up here, even when I did it for the tutorial. Couldn't do it with a hook. It was just, the only way I could do it was with this yarn needle. Even with the hook it was a problematic and frustrating. Like this, just turn it in your hand, whatever way works for you, as long as every stitch is worked. And when we get to the end, we're going to puff out. Is that the right word? Puff out all the eyelashes that are now lying so beautifully, you know, nearly muted underneath here. They're not standing out, but they will, by the time we get to the end of this ornament, they will be standing on attention. Come on, like this. Okay, so I'm just going to continue working this round and the next round and the next round and the next round, and I think I will stop there because I'm going to glue a ribbon around. So I'm on my last few that I'm going to do, and I'm in a rhythm. See, now I'm working it just like this. I think one should work it a little bit loose, not so tight. Otherwise, by the time you want to get all those lashes out, it's so tightly woven in. It's going to be difficult to get it out. Okay, so now there, I'm just connecting, because now obviously everyone's done. And I can just go right through to the inside and just, like I've always done, just do like this. 1, 2. I work it in 3 times. To me, that's how I was taught at school. 3. I'll just do it one more time, and that's it. And there we go. Now I actually don't know if I at this point want to, because now I want to attach it to another half and stuff it, put the ribbon on, and then take this and start plucking all your lashes. You can see even here, just this little bit. Take this little bit. As you start plucking it like that, you see how it comes out. Don't want it not off. Not off. Just come on, look alive. Those lashes must come out a bit like this. Yeah, no, but maybe it is a good time to do it, because I can actually push my finger on the inside and, you know, sort of create some pressure in pulling it, just loosening it. Just want it to be a little bit more loose. That's why it's good when you work it in, like we've done now with this yarn needle, to do it loosely, because then this process is easy when you want to make it loose. Don't want to do like a chicken and pluck all its feathers, but I want those lashes to lift. See, like that. Come on, stand up. Ooh, this is already looking great. So, this is looking gorgeous. Our little Grinch is taking shape. So, okay, now we need to just get the other half, get rid of this. No, I need this because I want to work that. I want to use this to work it in. Work it in about 3/4, stuffing, finish it off, ribbon. There we go, gorgeous. I think this will be the bottom half. Yes, don't want this to be the top, because otherwise it's going to look top heavy. I think this is better at the bottom. Okay, so let's continue. So there we go. Our little Grinch half we finished, and I've waited overnight. Hope you had a good night's rest too. We've waited overnight. No, I'm going to need this. And my green has dried. Can you see? The glue that I put there last night is now dry. And now I'm going to put this on top, our little Grinch top. Going to work 3/4 of the way around, then put stuffing in it, and then attach a lovely ribbon. So let's just, this is our ribbon. I want to bring in something red. So we're going to, where's my little end? There we go. I love this little Grinch one. So I'm going to start and just sew this together. You can really just start anywhere, like that, opposing sides. And because a ribbon is going to cover it, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just using the leftover, this tail end, to sew it in. And that's what you're going to do, like that. You're just going to go around and sew it in, and I'll meet you 3/4 of the way. So I've gone around 3/4, and now before I start stuffing, that one stitch I'm just going to do twice, just to keep it extra in place. And then I'm going to stuff it like this. Pull out stuffing and stuff it in there. And I want this one really nice and tight. So let's just see. It's like the Grinch is eating the stuffing. Come, 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 you must eat this and stretch and be full and round. Lovely, lovely, lovely. There must be no room left over. Must look like a green pea. Totally round. There we go. Just turn this around so I can just stuff it in like that. Just maneuver it with the hand a bit this way, that way. Let's see, let's see. Beautiful, beautiful. I can do with some more. I want it to be nice and tight. I can feel that it's not as tight as I would want it. And it's like that. So pull it, yes. You can do it like that. And like that. Lovely, lovely. Oh, that is nice and fat. Full. There we go. Let's just finish this off. So now we're just going to finish this off like this, and keeping the stuffing out of the way like that. Our little Grinch ball. Actually, my daughter that came up with a name. Make a Grinch one. That looks like the Grinch. That. Okay, so I'm going to do this little bit, and I meet you there. Okay, so now I've come to the end here, and I'm just going to make an extra one, you know, 1 or 2 stitches, hey, without getting the stuffing out, like that, just to sort of work it in. But this is not like a garment. It's going to land in the wash unless, you know, something terrible happens. So I'm just going to go like that, a long end, just there, and I can cut that off. Yes, this is looking so good. Our little Grinch ball. Just need the back of that to push that little bit of white right back where it came from. Now I'm going to glue this lovely, let me just get what side is on top. No, this looks like any side is the top side. Round, round and round we go. She goes. Where she stopped, nobody knows. Like that. And just slightly over. So cut that off. Now we're going to do what we did before. Just put that away. We're going to do like a T. A little bit there and then all along. But there it's going to be like a little T. So, I'm sorry for knocking the camera. There we go. And like that. Not too much. Don't want a whole blob of glue. And then all along this little ribbon. Just enough not to be too much or too little. Ta-da! Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Fabric Glue. Don't know if it's a Mr. or Mrs. Let's just put this out of the way because now I like to turn it like this and lie this down in the middle. So, and I'm going to lie down, brush the eyelashes away, lie it down like that, and slightly over. And I'm going to bring this up exactly where I want it to be. Like so. Just lightly keep my finger there. Then turn and just pick this up. I do not want this glue on my nails. But my daughter keeps telling me, it's fine. It just peels off like dead skin the next day. Really? Okay. Now we wait until tomorrow. This needs to dry. Yes, like that. That's why we don't put a whole gush of glue there. Otherwise it just comes out. We don't want that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, so now it needs to dry. While it can dry overnight, I can just at this point go and slightly poke to there where there are lashes still hidden. I don't want to touch that. It still needs to dry. I'm just supporting it with my pinky. This side. See, I'm just a little bit poking gently to get those lashes to stand up a little bit more, because I don't want it to necessarily pull too hard and then everything lands on the table instead of standing up nicely. So let's just do that. So I can sort of make out the ridges where stitches went in. So you can take any side of the, well, no, the sharper end works better. I would have thought even the blunt end would work. It would work, but, and that's all I'm doing. I'm just going, looking for lashes. Prompting lashes to stand upright. There is some lashes. Come on. We've got some lashes. And it's standing nicely. See, can you see the fluff that's appearing here? That is lovely. As I can see, maybe it's not too, there. Just pulled out some lovely lashes. Because as you know, that, look, the piece where the yarn is thin, but there's a lot of lashes around it. So I'm basically just poking at any lash that wants to come out. That's what I'm doing. And there's many coming out. But I'm doing it gently. Easy does it. Yes, like I said, I think now that I've got more lashes, little Grinch can now hang up overnight and dry. Like that. Because when you're doing this, well, me, when I'm doing this, I don't know all the time, oh, I'm going to do it this way or that way. You know, sometimes it comes to you. It comes to you in the night. It comes to you. Oh, I think this would look good, or I think that would look good. There we go. This must now just dry. I think I'm going to stop faffing with it now. Let it dry. I just want to show you what I've done here. You can see. Lovely little bow. I've taken a piece of ribbon and using these, let's just see what this is. It's like little bells. It says bells around 12mm gold. But you can use anything that your stationer sells. I, of course, got this at our local stationer, P&A. So I'm just going to take two. 1, 2. I only need 2. Well, you can use any amount that you like and that you fancy. So all I did was, remember our piece of wire, and I'm going to put this through both sides like that and thread it through that little eye of this bell and the next bell like this. There we go. See the magic happen. It's a bit strenuous. Let's just do this like that. Just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. There's a bit of metallic on both sides of this ribbon, which is why it's a bit, if it was just plain material, it would be fine. So I'm just going to pull on the one string, one side of it. There we go. And now on the other side, this side. There we go. So what we want is on both sides, let's take our little MacGyver out of the way. And all I did was take it to the end, not to the end, close to the end. Then here I make a knot, 2 knots actually. 1 and a second, wait, come on. 1 knot. And now I have to maneuver it to the end of this ribbon like that and make another one because it needs to be big enough to sort of stop the little bell from sliding off. So you really just maneuver it so it lands on top of that one. Can even make, let me just see how big that little opening is. Let's bring it closer. Come, focus. See, like that. Now that won't go through. Like that. This is a Christmas ornament after all, not a garment. So I'm just going to, like that. That's the one side. And then the other side. And I want it to be, now you make it as long as you want it to be, but this is what I want. So I make my 2 knots. There we go. Come, knotty, knotty. And maneuver it to the end. Well, nearly to the end. I'm just used to not wasting. So waste not, want not. Because just now you want a little piece still and you think, oh, if I didn't waste it there, I would have had. There you go, the 2 knots are on top of each other. Lovely. like this. Like that. Okay. And just trim that not too close, doesn't need to be too close. There, I've got my little string like this. Now, all I did was I hung this up on the two little ribbons, and then I made a bow. And that's that. You make a bow. Let me just move this camera. You make a bow, and it hangs down. So I'm going to do this with another one, but I just wanted to show you how this little bow came to be. So I think this is looking very Christmassy. Fantastic. You can hear the little jingles, which is what I love. Okay, so on to our next one. Now for this one, I've taken a little piece of ribbon and I've knotted it both sides, and I've put my little MacGyver piece of wire through it because I want to thread it through the center of that, but I want to put a little bell on the inside of my Christmas ornament, because why should everything be on the outside? You know, like on the inside of a baby's toy, you have a little squeaker or something. So I'm going to pull this through like this. There we go. And this one just happens to be blue. It can be any color. They're all colorful. There we go. Now I'm just going to put it through like that. The center comes out the side. See? Now without seeing a bell, you can hear it. And then I'm going to put a little green bell on this side. Come, thread it through, thread it through. Need those 2 points to stay together. There we go. And like that. So it's just going to be, maybe the light is not that great. Let me just move it. It's very green. Everything's very green. But I'm going to put a ribbon around it. So that's just for now. Let's remove little MacGyver. So no glue is necessary here. And now I'm going to connect these two, stuff it, go around 3/4, then put the stuffing inside, and then finish it off. I'll see you when we get there. Now for the fun part. Nearly there. Just don't want to catch any stuffing. But this little ball has had its full. It's nice if I can make them lovely and tight. That is how. No, not stuffing. I don't want little white pieces sticking out. Like that. And then just like that. No, not the white piece. That's so difficult. I'm just going to grab the front loop. And then I'm just going to continue a little bit, because we're going to put ribbon over it. So that is you can make one and not put any ribbon over it. Why not? If you just make a plain one like that, nothing wrong with that, especially if it's well, worked very nicely. Like so. There we go, just like that. And it is so tight, lovely. Now we're going to glue. There's our little MacGyver, our yarn needle, and our scissors, crochet hook, and there's our, you hear that? Jingle bells, jingle bells. Christmas is the season. So now this one, I want to put some of this on, and I want to put it on top of into the green, so that when I'm done, this is going to look like it has a smaller green. I need a bit more of this. This is too little. Let me go and get some more. This is just too short. So I have a longer piece. So let me just measure this, put it around, and walk around, and just want it slightly over, so like 1 centimeter. So I'm going to cut off the extra. Be careful how you cut, because you can see how these little loops go. You don't want to cut halfway through one loop. I want to cut a whole loop off. It's thick, thick. Toss that, and glue time. Like that. Let's just do it like that. Fabric glue, here you go. And a little T. Remember, I make a little T like that, and then one single. So it's going to be like that, and then one single little, not too much, so that it drools and drips over everything. Let me just move it using the glue stick topper. There we go. Lovely. Time to roll. Hey, hey, hey. No gymnastics, please. Time to roll our little ball all over his new. So now I'm just going to aim. So I'm going to see that this line lines up with that, because I want it to go into the green. Like that. I'm going to pick this up, and see the white becomes see-through. Overnight it becomes see-through, and turn, and do the same on this side. Perfection. Just lightly. And now this must dry overnight with the Grinch. So we will have more to do with the little Grinch. So it's white. You can see the white sticking through. Let me just move the camera. You can see that little close up. You can see the white. But overnight that becomes totally see-through. Now I'm going to tie a little ribbon. Remember, we threaded our little jingle bells. So I'm going to hang it up like this, because I only have 2 hands. I need a third. Hang it up and tie it around there, like I did with the other one. Now what I've did is, I've tied a piece of ribbon around. See this ribbon? I've just tied it. I've pulled the little bell up, tied the ribbon, pulled the bell down like that. Then, now I'm going to attempt to make a bow in front of you. So what, you can watch me struggle. Just so that you can see as let me be as transparent as I can be. I think many of you can probably do this much better than I can. So what I'm going to do is like this, and then just pull the little loop smaller and tighter and smaller. Puff it out a bit. Puff it out a bit. Oh, I don't want you to watch, but this is a tutorial. So, as I say, sure, many of you can do this better than I can. Anyway, so this is what it's going to look like. Now I want to cut a little V. Let's just move this a little bit back like that. And I want to cut a little V. So what I'm doing is I'm going to fold it in half. Well, that much I know, hey? And just snip. There's my little V. Yes. Lie down still. Then do the same on this side. And I'm going to fold it in half like that. And then just snip it. There's my little V. But I want to make room for my two little bells. There's my little bells. So I want to see if I can get another little ribbon. Oh, this is Christmas. You can go overboard. I'm trying to work at the bottom of this. Let's work at the back of this. Let's work at that is easier. Turn around. Let's work at the back. Now, tilt that away. That way. See, it should listen to me. Mama's talking. Now I just need to make a nice knot. And pull tight. And make a ribbon, a little bow. Make a ribbon. I've got a ribbon. Just need to make a bow. Come, come, come. Let's just grab the right end on that side. And why is that proving to be difficult? Like this. Come down. Like that. It's going to look better shorter. And shorter. But if you pull it shorter, you must just make sure, like that, but just get the light right, that it's tight still. Tight. So where's my little top thing? This is going to, well, it's definitely looking like a Christmas ornament. It is a bit too much over the top, but I wanted a bow. I wanted at least one of the Christmas balls to have a bow. So let this one dry sufficiently. So I've got two little golden bells there. At least this looks a lot the same. How can I let them hang together? They don't need to hang together, do they? No, I don't think they do. And like that. Like that. I think this came out fine. Yes, so it's all about you being creative, isn't it? It's not about my taste, it's about you bringing out the artist in you. Okay, so there you have it, the 4 ornaments that we made. I love this. I think it is absolutely gorgeous, and it just shows you what you can do with just a little bit. Even remember this one that we had, the little ribbons around it like that. And our little Grinch, beautiful. Our little Grinch came out beautiful. And then there was one of these that we just took the two and did a single crochet joining method with our eyelash yarn. Let's bring it closer so we can have a look. And I went ahead and I've made one that is 2 reds and our, what do you call it, our silver. I'll show you what it looks like. This one is more plain. It needs a little ribbon, but the color totally blows out on the screen. But this one was made exactly in the same method that we made this one, because all you do is you join the 2 halves with a crocheting them together with a single crochet joining method. But because it's this lovely eyelash yarn, it really makes a statement, you know. So there we go. Yes, love this, love this, love this. So let me just see if I can put a little ribbon around this one. Well, you know me and ribbons. I am being very transparent here, making a little ribbon like that, a knit knot, and then just a little ribbon. Come like that. Sometimes it feels like you've got 10 thumbs. So, like that. And a bit smaller the loop, and a bit like that. And tighter. Everything has to be tight. If it's not tight, you don't want it to come undone on the tree. But this red, unfortunately, on the camera, it totally blows out. I couldn't differentiate stitches. So there we go. Beautiful. And the Grinch fell over. Don't fall over, little Grinch. I think it's so totally stuffed. So round, that's why. Anyway, so this is what we've made. And if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. And I hope to see you with my next tutorial. Thank you and bye.